Another drive time. This is going to be short today, though. It's foggy and it's snowing, and I really don't want to be distracted. So let me see if I can surprise some people and get y'all in here. Oh, Lord, notifications are coming through like crazy, so I know I have cell service. Oh, mercy. Oh, hey, Josh. How are you, honey? I can't look at the phone much while I'm here on the interstate. I can. Well, it got down in the teens last night, but not where the chickens are, but at the off-grid. Tomorrow night it's going to be like 7 or 8 degrees and wind chill factor. Hey, Donna D. Like 10 below the wind chill factor. When I went up there last weekend, I had a small bottle, but still it was a bottle, of vinegar with mother in it, and cracked and butter. Then it thawed a little bit in vinegar, and that's all right. It smells good, but still, that mother with vinegar in it, vinegar with mother in it, is expensive. So there's some locals that have fall apples next year and make a 5-gallon bucket of my own vinegar with mother. I'm not buying any more of that stuff. I've got plenty to do me till that would ferment. So anyway, I challenge you, give these some chopped corn. It will help raise the bottom. Oh, yeah, I've got that in a video yesterday, Josh. Yep, they've got their cracked corn. So anyway, y'all have to go back and watch the video from yesterday about the water bottles in the water pails for my chickens. Guess what? It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. I was so thrilled. But that video sparked something last night. And that's why I challenge you. Everyone with the best intentions in the world emailed me, and I got some texts about getting electric water bowls for my chickens. Okay, what's my farm all about? My farm's all about off-grid. Everything I do at that house for my animals, because that's where they are, and everything I do up at the farm's off-grid. We've heard all of the rumors about the grid. I don't remember which country. You'd have to look it up. I'm sure it'd be easy to Google. After WW2, they said if there was ever another world event, that America would not go through that without blood on our soil. Now, whether they meant that or not, it was all over, or just rappers and puffing their chests. Who knows? But there's a lot going on in the world right now. I truly believe since the jump and the Libyan in China preparing for those, I don't think it'll happen to our home. So we've got a couple of weeks. So many people worried about me having to deal with frozen water for my chickens. Those bottles, go back and watch those videos. I'll tell you exactly what to do, show you exactly what to do. I could not believe not one of those buckets froze. Not one. I was thrilled to death. As a matter of fact, the one with the biggest coop of chickens kept their water till they drank it all. Even when it got down little, it didn't freeze. And it was 16 or 18 degrees last night, I forget. So anyway, now tomorrow will be the test of time with wind chill factors. 10 below. Oh no, it's not going to get as cold there as it is up at the farm. That's right. But it's still going to be cold tomorrow night. So I'm just thrilled to death. I always feel bad. I haven't left the boys very many times to tend to the chickens. when their water's going to freeze. So I'm thrilled to death. That's going to make their lives easier, but it's going to make my life easier. And I'm going to start saving my water bottles. Well, I think I have a bunch saved. I need to check. But anyway, the emails I got and some text messages and stuff about electric water bowls. I thought, what's everybody missing? I am trying to prepare for a grid down situation. I don't want to do anything with electricity. Now, in the states that have snow and cold right now, this doesn't apply to you because I'm not going to be responsible for busted water pipes, okay? And repairs. But the warmer states can do the challenge now, and then when the temperatures rise, the colder states can do this challenge. I challenge you to throw the breaker on your house for 1 weekend. 1 weekend. And see how you get along. Because I have noticed, and in conversations with subscribers on my channel and other creators, a lot of people watch our channels for entertainment and to gain some knowledge in case. Well, in case is going to be too late. It's going to be too late. You got to be prepared now. So anybody that is in a state that's not getting below freezing right now, pop that breaker on your house and then post at the end of this video how you did. Now, I know some of you'll do just fine. Some of you feel like you don't even have to do it because you think you're so prepared. Trust me. I'm going to do a video this weekend and show you all of my cooks out there. Yeah, if you have a knife, you can chop and do anything you want to. But, you know, you've got time. It's inexpensive. Why not try to make an off-grid life as comfortable as possible? So, minus a couple things I left at home, but it's going to be a video. So, all of it will be up here, except I'll do a little clip from home, the couple things I left at home. Because I do have things that that's ready in a certain place. You know, just go through a couple places. I've got my boxes, load the truck, go. We'll have everything we need. Some of the things are too expensive for me to buy, one for home and one for the farm. But I want you to pop your breaker. Throw that breaker on your home for 1 weekend. Get yourself prepared. You don't have to do it this weekend. Get yourself prepared. And I don't mean go to the grocery store and get yourself a bunch of stuff to make salads and steaks and, you know, all that stuff on your grill outside. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about throw your breaker on your house and use your preps and live for a weekend. Tell me how you do. Tell me how you take a bath. Tell me how you wash your hair. Tell me how you cook your meals. Those of you that are creators and have channels, video it. Put some clips together and video. You're in your house with the breaker thrown. I think you very well may be surprised. For those of you that are in states that are cold, but it is not below freezing and you don't have to worry about frozen water pipes, throw that breaker. See if you can use that tent in your living room like I have been telling y'all for almost 3 years to do to keep you and your family warm. Yeah, it's going to be an inconvenience. Listen, I had my first building delivered up here at the farm on Elvis's birthday last year, January 8th. And I have no electricity up there. I have a Blue Eddy. I have 2 gas generators. And somebody, I gas generator for my neighbor's circular saw to cut paneling, and I've used the other generator to run my water pump. Other than that, I use solar lights. Now, to do my little video of all of my little stuff to make my cooking life a little easier, I'm going to use this setup with the light, and I'm going to have to plug it into my Blue Eddy. But I got tickled when everybody had all these suggestions for my water buckets for my chickens, and I thought, you know, we've got some real serious threats of grid down. Very serious. It was December 1st of December 2018, was it? Or was that 2018 going into 2019? Anyway, when Homeland Security first put the notice up on their site to prepare for 2 to 4 weeks of food, water, and candles and stuff for no power. Then at some point in time, they bumped it up to prepare for 3 months. I read the first 2. I haven't gone back and looked for their document. I trust those that told me that they bumped it up to 6 months, and of course, we've all been preaching have a year's worth of everything for your family. We've all been preaching that for a long time. But I want to see how you'll do. I want to see if you realize you're not as prepared as you thought you were. I spent last year buying little things here and there, not huge purchases, to prepare myself to make things just a little more comfortable. Now, if I didn't have those things I bought last year, I could have still done it just fine. But why? Why, if we have a little bit of time to make our life a little more pleasant, why not do it? It's going to be stressful. Do you want to be stressing out trying to survive? Do I have anybody in here? All 17 of you. But the water bottles worked. I'm not going to run a gas generator or my Blue Eddy to heat water bowls for chickens. I'm not going to do it. Wintertime, we don't have that much sun. So I'm not going to waste that solar power. I'm going to use that solar power from a rice cooker. And that sucker takes enough wattage as it is. Everything else will either be done on a fire outside or in the winter on the fire inside. I'm not wasting a bunch of money to try to cook. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have propane. I do have gasoline. But more than that, I've got wood. A ton of wood. Oh, I wish I could see your comments. That was a big one. I'd rather spend that money on food. Now, if you've been prepping for 15 years and you've just been buying, you know, propane here and there and you've got propane, that's awesome. But I spent from 2014 to 2020 buying long-term number 10 can stuff, store can stuff, pressure can stuff, dehydrating, buying jars, you know, that stuff for my food. I don't have a Berkey, I have the Lexapure. And the price on those are getting ready to go up. From the time I bought mine a couple of years ago, with the discount from the channel I bought it from, I think it was like $129.99 or something. Those things I think now are $250. The Lexapure is about the same price as the Berkey, and everybody is reporting that they're getting ready to go up 30 to 50%. So if you need something like that, you better get it now. But I really, You know, like I said, don't take the next month and go stock up your refrigerator on lunch meat and fresh produce. Use your storage for one weekend. It's not going to use that much of your food. You need to be rotating it anyway. One weekend, use what you have stored. Number one, that'll let you know if you have enough food and spices and rice and flour. You know, you're going to be making bread or gravy or, you know, whatever to extend your meals. Use your preps for your food. Use your preps for your lighting. I challenge you to do it. I want you to do it. You better have you a bucket to use the potty, because that means your commode. If you can't take a shower, I'm talking about grid down. No water, no gas, no electricity, grid down. I want you to do it for a weekend. And then I want you to let me know how you did. I think you will be as surprised as I was. A year ago, I thought I was ready to go. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Have fishing equipment. In case you live near a place you can fish. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to fish long, because I think they're poisoning the rivers. Even the Bible says in the end times that the water will grow bitter. So I don't think we'll be able to fish long, but I'm gonna do everything that I have that doesn't use any kind of power, just hand power, and give you some ideas on those things. That video I'll work on this weekend. Like I said, I'll finish it up when I get home. And I've done, you know, cooking on a fire outside and cooking on the wood stove. I've done that for y'all. Y'all don't need to see big, huge videos on that 15 times, you know. So I just want you to use your preps. But like I said, if you live in a state that your temperatures are dropping down at night below zero, for Pete's sake, have some common sense. Don't bust your water pipes and have to repair that. We're already ready for February. It won't be long. The temperatures won't be below freezing. And then you can check in with me, come back to this video and post and tell me how your off-grid weekend went. When it gets summertime, take your family out in the woods and live for a weekend. If you're in a city and you're going to bug out, how can you make it for one weekend? I personally would have already sold everything. I've already listened. I don't want to hear, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do the next thing. Other than my truck, my jewelry, and my clothing. Truck, jewelry, clothing, and furniture. I've sold everything I own to do what I have done. I always said when I started downsizing, because I got sick and tired of big, one of them was $1,000 a month, one of them was $1,500 a month, house payments, square foot houses. Yeah, they were nice. I loved it. Had them beautifully decorated. I got sick and tired of those payments. I wanted out of debt. And I kept downsizing. I said if I downsized one more time out of that little bitty house, I'd be in a shoebox. Well, I'm in a storage building. May as well be a shoebox. But when my plumber's ribs get fixed, I will have toilets and I'll have running water to my sink. Right now I don't. I've been up there for a year with no toilet, no running water. It's taught me a lot. Used to do it camping for a weekend or a week when I was a kid, but you know, kids don't pay any attention to anything. By the time my kids were coming up, we rented cabins with electricity and did it the easy way. So they've never, this is going to be tough on them. They've never done this. I've got in the shop. One, the fan stopped working, and the other one I think just needs a battery. And they both need, well, one's already had an oil change, the other one needs an oil change. I don't know how to do that. But I'll be finding somebody. But I don't want to take the time to find somebody right now, because I think we only have a very short period of time. It may not affect the entire country, but I think something's going to happen somewhere. But emotionally, 9/11 affected the entire country. I'm going to be honest with you, it scared me to death. I was living in North Carolina, and I just wanted to come home. I didn't want to be in a different state. I wanted to be in a state where I was familiar and I had family. That was an emotional challenge, because could they hit us again somewhere else? Grid down. Have you thought about how close you are to nuclear silo for nuclear power? I don't have my root cellar yet, which I was going to make a root cellar that would help with fallout like that. I don't have that done yet. When we were going to do it in the fall, when the temperatures weren't so hot, it all came down with the virus. So there's a lot of stuff. The supplies are up there. Things are ready to go. When the weather was perfect for that, couldn't do it. We were all sick as dogs. Oh, and my hair has almost stopped falling out, y'all, by the way. But it'll be there. It'll be there. There's a holes. I haven't lighters. The little yellow cans, lighter fluid. Anyway, that's lighters I want. I did. Now I got to replace them. But I do have butane, and I've got a little torch that starts my fire in my wood burning stove, and a fire outside. I've got those little bars. What are those things called? And my son, the Marine, he can start a fire in 2 seconds. So I'm just talking about the things, the luxury of being off grid. As many, we've got one of those really nice Cabela pop-up shower tents. I bought extra water bladders. Batteries don't last forever. Better get you a tester and be testing your batteries. I've tried to get as much hand crank stuff as I can and limit battery use, or have rechargeable things. I don't want to have to, batteries. How can you prepare for 10 years of that stuff? Aluminum foil. Y'all better be stocking up on aluminum foil, because if we go into a conflict, they need all of that stuff. We're not going to have rubber. We're not going to have aluminum foil. So you better do some research. Get on the internet. Find out how people lived during the Great Depression. Find out how they lived during the 2 major conflicts. The women had to go to work in the factories. They were, the kids were doing without. They were outgrowing their clothes. The older siblings did okay because they had hand-me-downs, but they started wearing out. Those poor people, if you look at the pictures, I'm telling you what's the truth. A bunch. We're not. We've been spoiled. We've been spoiled plumb rotten. Push button everything. And now all they have us doing is the phone, looking at a computer screen, looking at your TV screen. Spoiled rotten. God, we've been spoiled rotten. But it's time to gird up our loins and get ready. So no, I'm not buying water bowls and save myself a little bit of trouble. I got that off of the Fit Farm. I want to give him credit. I always like to give credit where credit's due. Last want to touch on before I close this off, because I'm going to stop and get gas again. It's cheaper here. That's why I always come down here and with gas, and I lost my service. I would advise you it is well worth. And I don't remember now if it started at $1 and then went to $3 and then $8. I don't remember what the Patreon schedule was for Deep South Homestead. I would suggest, even if it's for 1 month, you subscribe to Deep South Homestead's Patreon channel, because he has some very interesting insight on this new platform that our previous president's getting ready to come out with. It's supposed to roll out next month. He brought up the most amazing point, you know, from the 6th to the 20th at noon. He was still president. There were people that were arrested. Why didn't he pardon those people? Why did he not pardon those people? Why are they still in jail? Most of them not charged with anything. My problem came with Warp Speed. I thought, he's all of it. In on all of it. But that new platform, and I have heard this from other people, no, they were talking about his platform that he's rolling out. I thought they were talking about Bull and all those extra channels. But they're going to herd everybody to a platform. Makes sense. His new one. They're going to use AI, and they are going to transcribe the creator's word. They already transcribe chat. That's why we try to get y'all not to use crazy words in chat. And that is going to be how they get the list to round people up. Makes a lot of sense. But this is a plan, and supposedly he knows about it. We've all seen that sign, you know, that he makes with his hands, with he's got his arms on legs, and he's bent over and just acting like he's holding his hands. We've all seen this a million times. But I'm going to tell you right now, Jack, my hand in off. I thought he... But of course he wanted the... I have been watching Holmes years through a bunch of his old videos. There's absolutely nothing he's ever said that was wrong. He's in the know. He knows what's going on. But do me the favor, because you know I worry about y'all. Do yourself the favor. Throw that breaker. Live off your preps. 1 weekend. Have yourself some pen and paper so you can make yourself some notes. Do it 1 day, 24 hours. And then get back to me. Post at the end of this video. So anyway, I haven't said all that. I've got to get out of here. Got to pump this gas, and if I go under that awning, I'll lose y'all. I love you. You know I do. You know I appreciate every second you give me. I appreciate all the prayers. I know a lot of you pray for me. You know I pray for y'all. Be prepped up with Jesus. Then worry about everything else. Oh, and while you're off grid and you can't watch TV and you can't watch YouTube, make sure you have a Bible for everybody in the family. That'd be a good time to get in the habit of reading that Bible every day. Build your spiritual life. Read every day. Study to show thyself approved, as the Bible says. Pray every day. Something I have not been very good at that I want to start is fasting and praying. So I just don't want to have to worry so much about you. When we're all grid down, if it happens, and 10 o'clock at night when we're all praying for each other so we know we're together in spirit, I want to know that you're okay. Okay? In every way, I want to know that you're okay. So anyway, don't be scared. Just be prepared. Show the love and the truth will come. I haven't said that one in a long time. But I love you. I'll see you on my video I upload Sunday night or Monday. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.